he tried so much not to accept that he was the one you were addressing as Tony. And he said Tony. Instead of you to use your common sense and then play along and maybe act like it was a slip of the tongue. For the second time, you still called him Tony.
I said, good morning, Tony.
Okay.
Like, who are you? Particularly about this trending incident between Mr. Tony Lumilo and one of the graduates in UBA.
Okay. Good morning, Tony.
Toyin.
I said, good morning, Tony.
Okay. No, you won't call me Tony. I'm not those people. You call me Mr. Lumelu or Theory. You won't call me Tony or Chairman. I don't subscribe to that kind of Weibo life, okay? All right.
Good morning, Mr. Ilumelu.
Thank
so my
you.
question is,
My 2 cents on this matter is there is this wokeness pandemic that is trying to destroy things for us as Nigerians and as Africans. So I hear so many people say things like the first name work culture and all that. I'm in my 40s, and as a Nigerian, I don't think that I've been made to understand that there's any imported culture that should shove our respect and honoring culture aside, okay? Particularly for the Gen Zs that have seen disrespect as a thing. Do you get? Like, it's more like if you are respectful as a Gen Z or as a younger person, you are considered as being backward, okay? So they see being disrespectful, being woke, being rude as something, as a trait that is worthy of imbibing, and that is a big problem. I see some young people dishonor and disrespect elders, and I'm like, what is happening? Like, where are we heading to? Like, you see somebody in his or her 20s, the way they are talking to an elderly person in his or her 70s, 60s, and you're like, what is happening? What are the parents doing? Parents, what are we doing? Parents to the Gen Zs, what exactly are we teaching these people? Because I can't imagine my teenager. I have a teenager in my house, and I don't encourage her to disrespect someone, even in the person's absence, let alone in the person's presence. I don't do that. If she calls an elderly person or somebody older than her in a way that is disrespectful to me, just to me, not even in the presence of the person, I correct her immediately, so that she doesn't go out and feel that it's the right thing to do. So I believe it's more of a culture from our immediate environment, which is the home. I believe that every training that we are giving as Africans, as Nigerians in particular, it should be seen through the lens of our culture. It should be seen through the lens of who we truly are. It's not all about importing some cultures and then trying to use it to subdue what we know as a people. For me, that is very wrong, and I don't know where that is going to lead us. So in the incident of Mr. Tony Milo and that lady, I believe that that lady is not the only one that had questions to ask or that asked questions. I believe that some other persons have asked questions before she did, and she should have observed the salutation or how Mr. Tony Milu was addressed before asking their questions. Okay, look at this other lady. She also had a question to ask. In fact, she didn't even have a question to ask. She had contribution to make.
Correct.
Good morning, colleagues.
Production is good.
My name is Deborah Moses. I'm from Akwa Ibom State. So I have a question and I also have an observation. And then, first of all, the question is, as future, the one problem in the industry that you would advise all of us to dedicate our careers to solving, just one that can make us outstanding. Then, to the observation, during my OJT, I observed that our customers, they all have repetitive problems. They come back for the same complaints always. And then most of them do not know the required documentation that they need to bring so that their problems would be attended to smoothly. And you will realize that the customer service will now tell them to, so you need this and you need that. Please can you go back and bring it? And they'll be like, oh, I don't have time. I cannot come back to this bank again. That's a very big problem. So I want to suggest, how about we have UBA journey guide for our customers during onboarding when they are registering with us. We give them maybe a PDF that contains what you need to do at a particular time. If you have a problem with your bank, with your phone number you want to change, this is what you should bring to the bank so that we can help attend to you smoothly. And we can also have it in hard copy for some of our customers that do not really like the digital product, and then they might have to pay for the soft copy because of cost of printing at a little cost. This way, are you sure of what they need to bring to the bank? They don't always have to come and go back or have to come. And then we can also understand that, okay, let me take it slowly. They don't have to come every day and maybe you come today and then you go back just because you forgot a passport. You already have that guide when you came. When we onboarded you as a customer, we wrote everything that might likely be a problem because we know we have repetitive problems. So you understand that when I'm going to the bank to change my phone number or to change my name, I'm supposed to go with an NIN. I'm supposed to go with a passport so I don't waste my time. And also, I also want to suggest that we might also have to create maybe a department in the bank that captures real-time experiences of all our customers. That at the end of the day, this amount of persons came to the bank, these people were being attended to, these ones were not. At the branch level, daily reports. That way we can know the reoccurring problems, the ones that are the highest, and then we will know how to solve it and reduce inflow. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Please come for a handshake, or a hug, actually. When this lady started, she said, your name again?
Deborah Moses.
She said, as future leaders of UBA, indeed, people like you are the future leaders. If we hand over to people like you in UBA, we'll be safe. Thank you very much. Congratulations. You spoke so well. I'd like to know, what did you study?
Agricultural economics and extension.
Okay, and how long have you been out of school?
I finished 2023.
2023. What have you been doing?
I've worked in the HR department in Bank of Agriculture as HR assistant. And after that, I worked with NIT Microcredit as HR assistant. And after that, I was a personal assistant. I like to keep my employer confidential.
Oh, this is interesting. This is interesting. And, when you ask the first question, I was going to say it's simple, and it's about customer service. But I said, let me not interrupt your flow. And you went to second and third, and it's all about customer service. That is one, in fact, to me, is the most important thing that we can do for our customer. And it is at the center of everything that we do.
She was not the only one that had questions to ask, so she should have listened or watched how others before her addressed Mr. Tony Elumelu. It was so funny how Mr. Tony Elumelu, answered the first time she addressed him by his first name. But I guess in his head, he's like, it cannot be like my Tony that she's trying to call. Maybe it was a slip of tongue. Because if you listen carefully, you hear him say Tony.
Tony.
And the lady, I don't know. I'm yet to understand exactly what she was thinking. He tried so much not to accept that he was the one you were addressing as Tony. And he said Tony. Instead of you to use your common sense and then play along and feel and maybe act like it was a slip of the tongue. For the second time, you still called him Tony.
I said, good morning, Tony.
Okay.
Like, who are you? Who are you? In as much as I see many people trying to defend whatever you have done, as far as I'm concerned, you have no defense, because he tried to correct you by wanting not to believe that you actually addressed him by his first name, yet you, for the second time, you said Tony. Like, who does that? I don't get where we are heading to with the level of disrespect that, we are encouraging, all in the name of being woke, all in the name of being exposed and all that. I don't get that. For some people that feel that that level of disrespect is them being woke or them being exposed, I think it's something that should be addressed as it is. There's no need to sugarcoat anything. It should be called what it is called. It is called, that was disrespect and disrespectful to the core. Look at this other lady, how she presented her, not even a question, but a contribution. She didn't act in a manner that would make the person you are throwing your question or contribution to close their minds to listen to you. Your wokeness can close doors for you. And that's what this lady has done already. Just look at the difference between her and this other lady. They were present at the same event. They were there to ask questions or make contributions. But the difference is just too clear. This other lady, as far as I'm concerned, has opened doors that I would say no man can shut for her in her life. Because we can only imagine what follows her home after this event.
So well done. And I'll keep an eye on your career progression in UBA. Moduba, I would like to know where you send that to. Thank you. I'd like to know where this lady is posted, or recommendation first for posting before you finalize it. This is very impressive. Well done.
But look at this other lady. She has used her wokeness to shut even the smallest door that has been opened before her. So why would we, out of wokeness, or out of, trend, not use our common sense? Why? It's so disturbing, I won't even lie. It's not just particularly about this lady, but what I see around. I see young people, and they wear disrespect like a badge. Like they wear it with so much pride, and it is well. It is well. But parents, we need to do more. We can do more. It starts from the home. Because if this lady is someone that has been told the importance of being respectful in and out of the house, I believe that even if you have been trained to address people that are older than you in your workplace by their first name, common sense now, common sense. Common sense. There is nothing old-fashioned in just adding as little as Mr. to that name. You could just as little as add Mr. Tony, and that's it.
They had a culture of you call everybody by their first name. So the founders were people that I called, they were like my big brothers. So I call them with a Yoruba attitude of respect. Bra Fola, Bra Tayo. If you're Yoruba, you understand what I'm saying. And then my sister came on and said, Fola said, Tayo. I said, eh? What did you say? She said, but in the bank, that's what we're told, that we call everybody by first name. I said, if I ever hear you say that again. She said, but that's the culture. I said, I promise you, it might be the culture they're trying to establish, but nobody much older than you at work was nurtured with that culture. So they can accept it because they don't have a choice as an institutional rule, but they will reject it. And the way you will know is how they will behave to you. It can be an unspoken word, but it will be a reactive word. And it will show in other ways. I said, so you're going to find another way to approach them. If you cannot call them as you call them outside of the bank, then find Mr. A, Mr. whatever. You guys find a way to connect. But don't destroy the structure of respect and order.
And she has said it all. She has said it all. And let's he that has ears hear. That's it. That's what I can say. By the way, I look this way because I slept in the hospital. My mom is on admission, and I'm speaking from the hospital environment. I've not had my bath. I've not brushed my teeth, but it is well. It is well. I just felt like I don't need to wait to get home to, be all dressed up to make this point, because it's really heavy on my heart. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. I'll see you in my next one. Bye.